Jawbone lays off 15% of its staff. Facebook at Work launches a chat client for coworkers. Tesla recalls every Model S ever made. And I'm back from vacation. It's Friday, November 20th, and this is Crunch Report. Hello everyone, I'm back. Did you miss me? You might notice that I'm sitting. Yeah, I broke my foot on vacation, so I'm probably never gonna go on vacation again. Turns out, I'm not the only one having a bad week in fitness though. Jawbone, maker of the Up fitness tracker and the Jambox speaker and a variety of Bluetooth headsets, has laid off around 60 employees, which is about 15% of its total staff, and is shutting down its New York office. A company spokesperson tells TechCrunch, quote, "As part of our strategy to create a more streamlined and successful company, we have made the difficult decision to reorganize the company, which has had an impact on our global workforce." Now, Jawbone will keep selling the Jambox speakers and the Era headset along with related accessories. Interestingly, Oprah, yes, Oprah Winfrey, just listed the Up fitness tracker as one of her holiday favorite things, which, because it's Oprah, may translate into big holiday sales for the company, although the wearable competition is very fierce. According to IDC's most current figures, in the second quarter of this year, Jawbone sold over 500,000 Up fitness trackers, and that ranks it only as number 7 for top wearable device vendors and a market share of just 2.8%. Fitbit is still the number 1 wearable, and the Apple Watch is already at number 2. By the way, this is the second round of layoffs at Jawbone since June, when it laid off 20 employees a couple weeks after it had raised $300 million in financing. Facebook at Work, which is Facebook's answer to Slack and Yammer for enterprise chatting, now has its own chat client as well, its own client. It's called Work Chat, and if you already use something like Facebook Messenger, it's going to seem pretty similar, letting you and your coworkers message each other either one-on-one or in groups, share photos, share videos, make voice calls, and of course, send each other stickers. The Work Chat app showed up on Google's Play Store yesterday, just for those already testing the Facebook at Work service. But the company says the iOS version is also coming soon. Now, Facebook is probably getting close to releasing that freemium version of At Work if it wants to keep that end-of-year deadline that it's already promised us. 300 businesses are now using Facebook at Work, big ones like the Royal Bank of Scotland, Heineken USA, and some smaller startups too. Facebook is going to need to add integration partners if it wants to keep up with Slack, though. We use Slack here at TechCrunch and we love it because it makes adding content from Dropbox and Giphy and Google Drive and Twitter a pretty seamless experience already. Can we go back to bad news and wearables? You know, I'm just under a dark cloud today. Okay, good. Last week, the LG Urbane 2nd Edition LTE, which is world's first Android Wear smartwatch with access to cellular data, which means that it doesn't need to be paired to a phone, which is pretty cool, went on sale in the US via AT&T and was all set to hit Verizon today, November 20th. Instead, LG yanked the watch from stores due to an issue related to a new advanced component that the company was using in a wearable for the first time. Clearly not very well. LG also said that whether the device will be available in the future will be decided at a later time. AT&T is already offering refunds to customers, while Verizon won't be shipping the watch to anybody who already pre-ordered. This is bad for LG, but it's also bad for Google because Google recently added cellular LTE data access to its Android Wear OS. LG does have another smartwatch that can run LTE, that's the first gen Urbane watch, but it's not running Android Wear. Good night, pairing is such sweet sorrow. I'm on painkillers. Downer of the day for electric car company maker Tesla, which is recalling every Model S sedan ever sold. That's about 90,000 cars. It's over a seatbelt issue uncovered in one single incident in Europe. Tesla emailed customers that it knows of no other Model S cars with the same issue, but it just wants to be more safe than sorry. This is not Tesla's first recall either. You might remember back in 2014, the company recalled 29,000 Model S wall chargers, but the financial impact of recalls can be a pretty big deal. In this case, at this time, Tesla has lost around $750 million in value. Now, in other Tesla news, some Model S owners in Hong Kong have found that their semi-autonomous driving technology has been remotely disabled. Why? Apparently, Hong Kong officials told Tesla, remove the feature feature until the Hong Kong Transport Department can confirm that these features are actually safe. Now, autopilot features let the Model S do things like control the car's direction with no driver hand contact on the steering wheel, or change lanes, in some cases parallel park. But they don't keep drivers from abusing these crutches either. In fact, one YouTube video demonstrates someone sitting in the back seat while the car is driving. Why would you do that? Somebody did it. Tesla probably needs to make sure this sort of thing can't happen again. Today, Samsung's Gear VR, that's the third version of the product, finally hit stores after going on pre-sale earlier this month. Now, the Gear VR costs $99, but also requires either a Galaxy S6, S6 Edge, S6 Edge Plus, or Note 5 to run effectively. Those are all Samsung products, obviously. TechCrunch's Drew Olenoff has already spent about a week with it, paired with the 6S Edge Plus, and says that the Gear VR is powerful enough to run consumer-ready VR experiences very well without hiccups. You'll also need a controller, you'll need a pair of headphones, and of course a bag to carry everything around. The Gear VR itself isn't very heavy, it's just over half a pound, and Drew notes that the new VR version has more cushiony room and support for people who also wear glasses and be wearing them underneath. Internal sensors include a gyrometer and an accelerometer that work well into tricking your brain into thinking it's seeing something in immersive 360-degree 3D experiences, when actually it's not. The phone connects to a micro USB as well. And if you want a total rundown of Drew's experience, read his article. It is very thorough, and he has a lot of interesting thoughts. He does compare Gear VR to the Nintendo Wii. Remember when the Wii first came out, it got a lot of people to experience games who might not normally play them because it was fun. Now, Facebook and Oculus say that their consumer product, that's the Oculus Rift, should hit stores by early 2016. But it's gonna need a gaming rig, it's much more robust, it definitely won't be a mobile experience like this. What's great about Gear VR is that you can take it anywhere. And that is the report for today. I'm Sarah Lane, and I want to give a huge thanks to Katie Roof for filling in for me while I was away on vacation in a hospital. You'll see a lot more from Katie on future TechCrunch videos. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on TechCrunch.com. You can also find us on iTunes and on YouTube as well. We'll see you Monday.